All right. That's fun. Can you hear me? Let's just double check. Can you hear me? Just double check. Cool. Cool. All right. Oh, hello there. Nope, not what I wanted. Great. Build me an audience, Facebook. Build me an audience. Ah! Still setting up. Oh, hello. If you're just joining me, I actually have some other cameras going on here, and I'm actually streaming to YouTube right now with the multi-camera setup. So I'm gonna jump over to Facebook real quick and get that description changed. So done. No, stop. All right, cool. So I guess we can live view shoot. All right. Okay, get this keyboard out of the way. So this is my work surface. I have some cool little doodads there. And let's switch over to here as well, see what's going on. Cool. All right. We're kind of off to a slow start here. So today we're going to be we're going to make switches and outlets. Now, I have, like, we can usually use, like, extension cords or, you know, power strips, you know, surge protectors, but a lot of the times, like, actually mounting those to something is actually kind of a pain in the ass. So what I like to do is I like to go to the home, you know, the hardware store and get little outlets like this. These are electrical boxes. You can get them in all different styles. You can mostly get them in like the blue plastic, but I like getting these metal ones. They have a nice rustic feel. And then you can actually get a bunch of different. Let's see what haul we got here. Get different plates. So that one's for an outlet. We have a flat one you can drill into if you want to have some custom outlets. It looks like. Oh, and then this one's for a regular switch, and then you can actually also get like the square ones and get the nice like rectangular ones and get the fancy switches as well and outlets as well. I believe, I don't remember what they call those, but there's a name for them, and they're all right. They're good. Now, we have multiple ways to do this. For switches, now a switch is going to help you kind of reset something, or let's say you have a lamp in a precarious spot and it's really hard to get to the switch. It's, you know, you have a tall lamp, it's high up, or maybe you have like two lamps, like let's say at the either sides of a couch or something like that, and you want to be able to turn those lamps on at the same time. My favorite use of this project is actually resetting a router. And for fun, I have been using these. So y'all can see I have a bunch of these different switches to do routers, and one of them actually fits in this circular one, which can actually be found at the store. But I got this one, and I can drill in for some of these other ones as well. But this is my nice, fun box of switches, and we'll get to those in a short minute. For actually like getting electricity to and from this electric box, I usually start with a extension cord, one of these standard extension cords. You'll have, if I can get this open, you have 3 outlets on one side, and then just a single plug on the other side, so that you can actually, like I said, switch multiple devices on this. You plug in your modem and your router to this, and then you can actually reset them, switch it up, switch it down, and then you reset both of them at the same time. You have 2 or 3 lamps that you want to put on this, and you're good to go. Now, the way I start with this is we want to actually look for, I believe it's this one. So this is actually our, if we're getting technical here, this is our neutral line. So the way AC works is it is alternating current. It is going back and forth. It's alternating back and forth, but you're actually going, the sink actually starts on the line very similar to how DC current starts. So you're only going to get a hot wire, which is the skinnier one, which would be quote unquote your hot wire. So we want to actually put the switch on the hot wire before the load, and then allow the neutral to carry any additional current back. So I'm going to start with this, and then I'm actually going to follow this down. That's why I like these a lot, these extension cords a lot, is because you actually have the separation here, and you can actually just follow this down to where you want to kind of get a separation. And then I'm just going to use an X-Acto knife to split the wires, split the insulation without actually like cutting into, oh, I already cut into this. Fuck that up. Whoops. It might help if I got a new blade. And then once you get a little bit of this going, I didn't screw that up too much, you should be able to just pull these apart pretty easily. Now when we're doing a switch, we want, like I said, remember, we want to make sure that we're on the hot side, which is the smaller one, not the wider one. And then I'm just gonna cut this open. And if you do have wire strippers, use those. I'm not sure exactly where mine are, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna strip these as is. Just gonna get yourself a little bit of the insulation off, and then you should be good. Some of you may remember a Twitter post that I made a little while back with one of my big red buttons, and I used that on my TV to full of switches, yes, and stripping. I use the big red button on my TV to reset my my Android TV box. It likes to freeze sometimes, so it's just good to have that on there, and it's less of a pain in the ass than pulling out the little jack, unplugging it, and plugging it back in. I can just cut the power with a switch. Now, I've got a big box of switches here. And what we want to do is also, what is also helpful is one of these. So what we do is, consider where we're going to put this. Now, if we're going to put this on like the edge of a table like this, can y'all see that? Am I in good focus? No, that's not gonna work. Oh, okay. So let's say I want to put it like here. We'd probably want maybe this hole punched out. Let's say like if we want it on the table, we might want this hole punched out instead. So just to make this simple, and I have a little trick for table topping. I'll pop this out. Just take some pliers, and it should just pop out like that. And then we have, this is a wire stress relief. So we can make sure that if the wire gets tugged, it's not gonna pull out any of the connections that are in here. So we just pop this in here. This just gets shoved in here. It's kind of difficult. We might need a hammer or something. Where is my mini hammer? There it is. Sorry, this might be loud. Yeah, that works. All right. We loosen up these screws so that we can shove all this wiring in here. Now, leave that loose for now while we wire up our switch. Now, this is where we're going to determine, which way is up and down. Obviously, this says off right now, so we want that in the down position. And so let's just wire this up. Ultimately, there is no polarity to a switch. It just on or off. It's the way a switch works, if y'all are not aware, is it just cuts the current. You're literally all you're doing is this with a switch, and it's a mechanical version of doing that. So ultimately, just wrap these wires around. An outlet, which we'll get to in a second, is a little bit different. We want to make sure the only thing that we need to worry about with the switch is that we're putting it on to the hot side rather than the ground, not the ground, but the neutral. And then we're going to need to just screw this together. Screw these terminals down. And then let's see if I have any here. Damn it, Chloe, unprepared. We'll be right back. With these metal cages, I like to just wrap the final product in a little bit of electrical tape, just to make sure everything's nice and insulated from itself. Looks like we already got a splice there, so we're good on that. Wrap this around here. Maybe put my mic back on. And we just wrap this around a couple times. Get this out of the way to wrap it. I can wrap this around and keep those connections nice and insulated. Then pop it in the container. Screw down. Now, these are pretty long, so I generally like to take my drill and get them out. That, and then pop on your cover. And that's it. This project literally just took me, how long have I been live for? Well, I've been live for like 20 minutes, but we can literally now just plug this into the wall, and then anything that's connected to here is now fully switched. And this can go wherever you want it to. Awesome. But actually, right now, I don't have anything to use this for. So, I'm going to show you guys another one. I want to make, actually, when I made this this board yesterday in another video, you're actually going to watch this video before that video comes out, because that video is going to be edited. But I mentioned that I wanted to make an outlet right here on my desk so that I can plug in my soldering iron and then use these helping hands at my desk, and then this board can be a nice place to work on for soldering. So we're going to use one of these and this, and just like the switches, I bought a big old box of outlets. And we're going, this time, I'm going to go a little bit different direction. I have here I want to make sure that these outlets stay grounded. So I need some 3-wire cable, and if they sent me the right stuff, yep, this is braided, like nicely braided, covering 3-wire cable. You'll have black, yellow, or black, white, and green. Black being your hot, white being your neutral, and green being your ground. So I'm gonna use one of this wiring. If I can get this off, have better snips. Make this one a little nicer. though it doesn't necessarily need to be. It's just another example of how we can do that. Now, this is going to go from here to about back there, so I'm going to measure about the length, the distance of my desk, which is about a couple feet. Cut that off there. And then what I have is not those, but these. So I have a grounded plug, which is going to go into the 3-wire cable, which is, heck, where did that go? It's right here, right in front of me. So let's get started. I haven't used these outlets, or these plugs yet, so I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go. These might be, they are screw-on. Awesome. That is fantastic. So I'm assuming we're going to push this through, and then I'm going to want to get my wires out of here. I'm just using an X-Acto knife. You can figure out, it takes a little while to figure out the technique with the X-Acto knife. Wire strippers might be a little bit better, but for this 3-wire external insulation, it's a little bit more nutty to work with. So just bear with it. Don't go too fast. You're going to end up, if you go too fast, you're going to end up taking some copper with it, and then you're going to have to cut down further, and it's just going to be bad. So just make sure you take your time and do it right, and get only what you need to get taken off of there. So let's get this going. Slice that, tighten that. There we go. There we go. Cool. That's good. Now, let's see here. Now, your standard grounded outlet is going to have neutral on that side. So, let's get these stripped further. Careful. Looks like I'm gonna need to cut a little bit more. Get that out of there. Cool. No, this is a new format. While I'm doing this, I just wanted to let y'all know that this is kind of a new format for me. Doing a live stream. It's not my normal thing. I usually like to shoot and then edit, but I'm gonna see if I'm happy with the quality when this video is done on YouTube, and you know, for like playback and stuff when people are like stumbling over it. This is the first time I've done it. I'm using a software called Open Broadcaster, and yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I'm hoping that if I can do live streams, that I could do more of them and not have to worry about like editing afterwards. Although I still probably will do edited videos. We'll see. I hope the quality and everything is good. Also, I want to be able to do live broadcasting the same stream for Facebook and the same stream that's on YouTube on Facebook. Unfortunately, right now I just have my phone, but if y'all on the stream up here are following along, there's a link in the comments and on the description of where you can find the actual live stream on YouTube. So go check that out, see what the quality's like, and let me know how it turned out and what you think, and if this is content that you'd like to see. If you want to see Queermo building shit all the time, then I will build shit all the time for you. Right now I'm just clearing away a little bit more insulation. This braiding is kind of in my way as well. So I'm going to start with the neutral, which is going to be on this side. Curl that around, get that hooked in there. Cool. Good. Screw that down. Make sure. Nope, that did not work at all. Gosh damn. God damn it. These outlets, these very new to me, so it's gonna take me a little while to figure it out how these go together the best. So put that in there, pop that down. Cool. That should be good to go on that side. Hook that over. Let's get our hot, which is our black wire. Unscrew this side. Wrap that around. Screw that in. Looks like that got screwed up again. Cool, I'm back. Oh, and I've had that freaking thing on my face the entire time. Great. All right. One last thing to do. Ground. And then seal this fucker back up. Cool. This looks great. I am going to, for 2 reasons, wrap a little bit of electrical tape around here. Pop that. Cut this. Cool. Now, one reason is kind of keep these wires from fraying all over the place. Second is to give this wire a little bit more thickness, and theoretically that will allow act as a strain relief for when this goes back in here. Cool. That looks gravy. Pop that like that. Cool. And then the other side, now since we're going on the edge of the table, like right here, can you see that? Where, yeah, like right under here, right? I'm gonna do it on the back side. Punch this one out. Pop that out. Give me some strain relief. And where'd that hammer go? Cool. Pop. Cool. Pop this through. And then do the other side. And now that I have a little bit better idea how this is gonna go, rank down this side here. There we go. Cool. And then don't do it that way. Okay. Cool. There we go. I'm wrecking my nails. All right, let's get this going. Now, one thing you'll notice about the outlet, let's make sure I have enough space here. White, red, green. These tabs right here, there's a little tab right here. These actually like duplex these together. So if you wanted these to be separate, you could actually break this tab right here. And also if you have, now this is stranded wire, but if you have solid core wire, which is usually what you would find in a household, standard Romex wire, which is ran through the walls of your house, is usually solid core wire, solid copper wire, and it would actually just push in here and get stuck. So they're quick fits like that. So for this, we would just, I'm going to actually strip back a little bit more to this outer jacket first. Let's give myself some room to play with this here. But we would just screw these on like we did with the switch. I believe the switch might also have those quick connect features as well. And that's how every once in a while, you'll run into an outlet, like a switched outlet that's just like the top or the bottom one. Yeah. So we do our neutral and get this on the bottom so we're getting a little bit closer to the ground pin. Do our neutral first. Just get this wrapped around as best as I can. I screw that in. Pop that down there. Doot. And hot. Screw this one down. And then we just need to do our ground wire. And seal it all up. Now, let's pull the slack back through. Like I said, I like to wrap these in a little bit of electrical tape on these metal boxes. It's just so everything's a little insulated and not touching the metal box itself, aside from obviously the ground cable. Ground should already be in this circuit already though, so just by touching the pin, and then just wrap this around, making sure to cover up these contacts and any extraneous hot or neutral wires. And that is that. This gets put in a box like this. Get these started, and then I'll grab a drill. And a faceplate. Pop that on like that. Now, like I said, this is actually going to go underneath the desk, like right here, right? So, one of my favorite things is these command adhesives. I'm pretty sure this should be able to hold it. I'm going to put 2 on here. There's a side for the thing that you're attaching, and then a side for the wall. That's just to make sure that your wall doesn't get messed up. These are removable. They have these tabs on them that you can pull off if you want to. And then I'm just going to take this whole thing, put it underneath my desk right here, line it up a little bit, and just press for a little while. And it's there. That's not going anywhere. I'll upload a picture of that once it's done, and then I can go underneath with this cable. And then now I have an outlet on the front of my desk that I can use to plug in, chargers, my soldering iron, very, very specifically my soldering iron, and then go from there. This stream has been going on for long enough, though. I do have a little bit. I kind of want to give you a little sneak peek at the next thing. So, as I said before, we can do this with one of these. I actually have shown this switch online on my Twitter account. I have this switch in one of those electrical boxes through one of these holes. Now these just kind of pop off. I forget how these work. So these come apart in some way, and then you can just put them through the hole and then stick them back together. Yeah, just like this. Pretty sure, something like that. Sure. Whatever you say, Chloe. Anyways. Oh, there we go. That screws off. This actually comes off like that. This goes through here. And then we can screw this back on. Wonder what is going on here. Seems as though it's slightly too small. I think I actually did have to do a little bit of finagling to get this the way I wanted it to. Let's see here. Get that down there. Where does this go? Anyways, this goes on here. This goes back on top, and then this goes on like that. But my original idea was actually to use these. This is a really nice one. It's all metal construction, but the hole isn't quite. The hole on this plate is a little bit too big. There's a thing about like doing, this is actually 3/4 of an inch, but ish, I think. And there's about 0.75 inches. But the thing about those holes is for 3/4 inch conduit, it's meant for 3/4 inch conduit, but the hole itself is not actually 3/4 of an inch. So my initial idea, and I can totally still do that, is to drill a hole into one of these flat panels. But I still need to make a switch. I want to use one of these for my router. Not the switch that we used, and I think instead of that, I want to do something with this. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you with that. So, cement all, and this button. Bye. I'll see you in like a day or two, maybe. See you in a day or two. Peace.